All right, welcome back to another edition of Let's Go to the Gym. We are creatine, man. We are on our way to do some legs today. We do a little bit of legs and maybe a little bit of rowing if we have some time at the end. And then we're gonna call it. Should be nice and easy. Deload week still, so this is a really light day. My top set is at 300 pounds on squats today, so be a really light day for me. And then I got pause squats, RDLs, curls, and extensions. The usual, old reliable. Though I'm sure if you ask some people, it would be, squats are not optimal. Squats are bad for your knees and your back. Squats are terrible for building your lower body strength, size. Don't do squats. The risk reward just isn't there. I love my back and my knees too much to squat heavy. That's if you ask some people, but not if you ask me. If you ask me, squats are one of the best, if not the best, exercise that you can do for really, it's a lot more than just legs, because you're involving your abs and your upper back a little. But they're great. S-tier exercise, squats. You won't convince me otherwise for building muscle, for building strength. It's they're hard to beat. Similar to the bench press, of course, which we talked about last week. Great for hypertrophy. There's probably better options for hypertrophy. If you want to target specific muscles in your legs, better options than a back squat. But back squats are still pretty friggin' phenomenal. So make sure you do your compound lifts. But it's supposed to get cold again this week. I didn't run this morning. It's supposed to get cold again this week. I think I'm supposed to run tomorrow. I'm supposed to do intervals. I think it's gonna be a little chilly in the morning. It's kind of like dreary and raining right now. Well, it's not raining, but it's kind of starting to. And we're running tomorrow intervals, and then we're gonna finish out the deload week nice and strong with incline bench, Larson bench, and deadlifts on Friday. So should be a fun time. I don't know. I'm trying to think. This is week 5, yeah, right? Because we did 4, week 5. So we're cruising through the programming pretty nicely. So far I like this program. It's got a good balance of you start off each block with 5s, so you do kind of more like volume sets in the sense that you're doing less weight but more reps. And then from there, the next week is 4s, then 3s, then 2s, right? So you're getting that. I haven't done singles. You don't do singles until the last week when you test maxes. So I haven't done any singles yet, but that's okay. I still like the fact that it incorporates some like heavy doubles in, or heavy-ish doubles in, that is nice, because a lot of like hypertrophy programs that you run, like the off-season style stuff, you don't really get a lot of that. It's more about building a base, which is, we talk about the difference between like building strength and expressing it. Building strength is not done using singles and doubles. Well, doubles sometimes, but building strength is really done in the off season when you're doing sets of 8, 6, 5, 4. That's where strength is sort of built. That's where the foundation is laid for the next peaking block. So you you run an off-season style program and do a lot of hypertrophy, and that builds kind of a foundation for expressing strength on your next peaking block. And when we talk about expressing strength, we're talking about heavy singles, right? Heavy doubles in some cases. You know, that's expressing strength, and typically it's done, you know, on competition day. You can express strength in the gym, obviously, if you're doing singles and doubles in your training program, but you know, you want to really fine-tune your performance for meet day, because that's when it counts. You know, of course I'm talking about this in the context of powerlifting, right? So you would express strength at a powerlifting meet on meet day, because that's when it counts, right? That's the competition. So you want to express your strength there, and you do that through carefully calculated, you know, peaking and tapering blocks that enable you to be, and it will enable your body to really be at peak performance on meet day. And that's done, you know, via super compensation, which, you know, you basically just overload your body leading up to meet day, and then you just kind of, it's called a taper, which is just you tapering volume off until, you know, for like the final 2 or 3 days. Well, it's the final week, and then, you know, you can kind of give your body a rest the last couple of days before meet day, and your body super compensates and enables you to essentially be at your best on meet day. So anyways, so all that to say that, like, you get a good mix here. It seems like the last program I ran, I don't know if there were any doubles in it. There might have been some triples, but you know, it was a lot of volume work. It was a lot of, you know, hey, sets of 6, I think there might have even been sets of 8. But in this one, you get a kind of a good mix of like, hey, we're gonna do 5s, 4s, 3s, and then at the end of the block, you get 2s. So it's kind of nice. I like it. I feel stronger. I feel a lot better this cycle than I did the last training program that I did, because I felt really weak the last training program. And the fact that I went into the gym last Friday and pulled 452 for a double is kind of evidence that I'm at least feeling better. My body is not as fatigued, because if I'd have tried that 3 or 4 weeks ago, I think I did. Right after I was coming off of my illness, the last time I got sick, which I think was kind of towards the beginning of the year. I did try that. I tried to go in and, you know, just kind of like assess my strength levels, and I ended up pulling 440 for a single, and that was pretty much max effort. I think I attempted a second rep and no dice. So the fact that I went in 4 or 5 weeks later and was able to pull 452 for a double tells me that something is improving, and I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's my body just getting used to the extra fatigue of running and is sort of making adaptations. I don't know if it's the extra creatine that I've been taking, because I upped my creatine dose from 5 grams a day to 10 grams a day, just to kind of experiment with that. I think I went over it in a previous video why I did that. And or I don't know if it's this program that's allowed me to kind of recover a little bit and perform a little bit better. You know, now that my body's back in the gym and we're back in the swing of things and kind of in the groove, like, I don't know if my body is just used to that now, and so it's up for a challenge again. I don't know. Could be a combination of all those things, but either way, it's good to know that I'm feeling stronger on bench as well, on squat too, but I feel better, feel stronger, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to continuing on this training program for the next, I think I still have like 10 weeks left, so, because it's a 16-week program. So yeah, but today we're gonna go in here. Hopefully I get some video in the gym today. School is back in session today, so hopefully the gym is not as crowded as it was yesterday. But we're gonna go in here, we're gonna squat. Nothing super exciting, man. 1 set of 3 at 300 pounds. You know, I'm not breaking any records or setting any PRs today, but it's still an important day. You know, recovery, deloading, it's important. It's a crucial part of training. So anyways, I'm gonna go inside, get warmed up, and hopefully we see you in there. All right. Obviously didn't get to record much of anything today, and I didn't get to do my Didn't get to do a quad pump. A little bummed about that. Leg extensions were taken. That's all right though. I'm still gonna get a flex real quick and just see. Now, I did row, and now I think this is the prime light right here, underneath this one here. So let's see if we can look a lot better with a pump. But a hell of a lot better with a pump. It's kind of sad looking, isn't it? See if we can well, I think it looked better with a pump. That's all right though. You know, some days it just be like that. Some days it just be like that. To be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing right here. Just kind of trying to get the hamstrings. Ow. But, I mean, it doesn't look terrible. Still think it would look better with a pump, but it is what it is. Top machines that people camp. That would be the leg extension machine. The very, very tip top of that list for some reason. I don't know if it just has to do with the fact that you get to sit down on it, but for some reason, there are a lot of people that get on that machine and take way too long to do a set. But anyways, I'm just a little upset because I didn't get to do the leg extension machine because there was somebody on it. There was somebody on it when I finished my leg curls. So I was like, nah, no big deal. I'll just go row and then I'll come back after that and do a little leg extension finisher. So I went and rowed, came back, and there was somebody else on it and they were just on their phone. So, you know, I don't know. I get that you have to rest between sets, I do, but I mean, leg extensions are not an exercise that you need to be resting 3 to 5 minutes in between, you know? You got like 90 seconds tops, okay? And then you go right into your next set. 90 seconds is generous. It's just not an exercise that fatigues the muscle that bad. So just get on with it, get off of it. It's not an exercise that's designed to take 20 minutes, okay? But anyways, I did row though, so it felt kind of good to row. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna do, but I kind of, like, spur of the moment, I decided that I was going to go in and I was gonna aim for a consistent pace that I could maintain for 500 meters. Not necessarily a sprint, but not necessarily like, you know, a casual recovery pace either. It was somewhere in between. It ended up kind of being closer to a sprint pace because I kept it at about 1 minute 50 seconds per 500 meters pace wise. So it wasn't, I'd say it was a little slower than what like a typical sprint pace might be, but I was definitely pushing it. And so I came in, I did 250 just to warm up, 250 meters, just as like a little warm up familiarization. And then I did a 500 meter at an elevated pace. And then I did 250 meter recovery. And then I did another 500 meter sprint. And then I did a 250 meter recovery. And then I did 250 meter sprints, or well, I guess it's not a sprint, same deal, 250 meters at like an elevated pace, and then 250 off, and then 250 on, and then 250 off, or no, sorry, that last one was just 500 off. And so it ended up totaling 3 kilometers, 3,000 meters, and it took me about, what did it take? 14 minutes, I think. I did the math because I was curious about what my average pace was per 500, per kilometer. And per kilometer, my pace ended up being right around 4 minutes. So not terrible, not terrible. I'll take it, I was trying to simulate a little bit of fatigue, I'm trying to get better operating under like, what do you call it? Not fatigued necessarily, but just sort of stressed, right? Like I want my muscles and my breathing and my cardio system to be kind of stressed and in labor, like, and then I want to focus on pushing through that, which is why I kind of focused on the longer sprints today, and then the shorter bursts at the end. Nothing crazy, and you got to remember that, like, yeah, the conditioning is helping me, I guess, in terms of building my cardiovascular strength and endurance, but I'm not going to be on the rower that long. 500 meters, I think tops, unless my wife is just sucking wind for whatever reason, and then maybe longer, but I highly doubt that. So we're talking 500 meters probably. I've got to dial in my 500 meter pace, and so, but I don't want to do just 500 meters on the rower, right? I want to build up some level of endurance and get used to doing longer distances on the rower, so that when the time comes for me to do 500 meters, I am nailing 500 meters, like it's nothing to me. So I think I have a couple more sessions in me, I have a couple more weeks before we have to do the competition, which gives me plenty of time to get some more sessions under my belt on the rower. Yeah, but feeling good. The rower's feeling good. It's just one of those things that I don't mind the rower, I really don't mind it. It's not terrible, but it's tough, man. It is. It's not terrible, but it's tough, just it's tough to keep going because you use a lot of your muscles, it's a whole body movement that you're trying to accomplish for a distance. So, yeah. Sorry for the no lifting content again. I was trying to figure out a way, but it was actually kind of busy in there, and there was somebody else on the rack next to me, and then there was somebody that just pulled up on the pull-up bar in between the two racks and started doing pull-ups and crap in the middle there, and I just didn't want to mess with it, so I just decided not to record that. I almost thought I was going to record maybe a set of RDLs or something, but I didn't because I don't know, I just didn't want to. I don't want to be that guy again. Like I said, when you're recording in the gym, dude, you're in the way. People are there to work out. It's not your gym. You've got to be respectful of other people in the gym and the fact that maybe they don't want to be in your video, and so if there's space and room, I will record. I have no problem recording. But if there's ever an issue with, like, somebody else in the shot, or really just someone else in the shot, or if it's just busy in general, I don't want to spread out and get in other people's way like that. So I just try to be considerate. So yeah, so that happened again today, but maybe on Thursday we'll have better luck. Thursday is typically a little easier because, well, Mondays and Thursdays when I bench, they're typically a little easier, simply because the bench faces the wall. There's like a wall behind the bench, so I don't really have to worry about other people in the shot as much because there's just a wall and a window there. The issue arises whenever there are people like on the squat racks in front of the bench, or on the captain's chair in front of the bench, or something like that, and they're using it, and I got to set up my tripod like in between them, that's kind of when the issue arises. But other than that, I mean, benches are pretty easy. So yeah, you know, Thursday, bench day. Well, tomorrow I got intervals. Thursday I'm benching again, and then Friday we're deadlifting. So should be a nice and easy little week here. Like I said, we're just kind of deloading. But yeah, I'm gonna go inside and I'm gonna make some lunch because I'm really hungry. I don't know why. And then yeah, guess we'll see you next time.